Although Dying Light 2 is a game that's seen a lot of criticism over the past years, some controversy, I'll be honest, I haven't kept up with it for about since the launch of this sequel, but I sunk over 100 of hours into Dying Light first game since its launch back in 2015. And now, with the release of the new game, I'm thinking about giving a try on the sequel game. But before I do, let's break down Dying Light the Beast, what went wrong, what went right, and what we can expect from this standalone game. Let's start with the basics. Dying Light 2 launched with huge hype. The game promised a world of choice, a massive open world, great parkour mechanics, and thrilling zombie combat. In many ways it delivered, at least at the surface level. The gameplay, particularly the parkour and melee combat, was a big hit with players. There were moments where you felt truly empowered, bouncing off walls, and taking down hordes of zombies in satisfying ways. But there's no denying that the game's launch felt a little off. There was something missing that we had in the original Dying Light, a rawness and intensity and unpredictability. And while Techland's updates did improve things over time, especially with night mode and combat updates, the game still felt like it was missing that extra spark that made the first title so special. Fast forward a bit, and Dying Light 2 has seen its share of updates and DLCs. The first DLC, while fun, felt like it didn't really deliver on the promise of expanding the story or world in meaningful ways. Instead, we got a series of challenges. Now, I get it, challenges can be fun, but when you're looking for deeper content, something that really builds on the game's world and narrative, it just wasn't quite what players were hoping for. So now, with DLC 2 on the horizon, we've got to ask, can Techland stick the landing? This is the moment where they could prove that they learned from the past and give us the content we were all expecting from the start. Now here's where things get interesting. I've been thinking about this a lot. Sometimes moving on from a game or even rebooting it entirely might be the best move. Think about it. Dying Light 2 could have been a fantastic game if it had a more solid foundation. And I'm not just talking about the story or world design, but the actual systems like the gun combat. If they built that from the ground up, rather than adding it in as an afterthought, we might be looking at a very different experience. What Techland might be realising is that it's possible to start fresh, build a new, stronger platform for the franchise. Imagine a new game with a much sturdier core foundation, better mechanics, better gunplay, and a more seamless integration of all the elements that make Dying Light unique. That could really take the franchise to new heights.